Hey guys, welcome to a brand new episode of Pokemon Duel. Today we're looking at Tapu Koko, the brand new figure that I pulled. Hopefully you guys got this because this guy is insane. We're going to be looking at how to build an electric deck, how to use him in play, what plates go best used with him, and also we're going to be looking at some exciting footage of him in combination with Spritomb. Now we saw a lot of him in the Ghost Gym Cup and people were being banished left, right and centre. We're going to be looking at how he performs in high level ranking matches, and I have to say I've been playing with him and he's back. He's back. Maybe not as good as the pure electric deck, but he definitely is going to be an option for some people, no doubt. So let's get into it. So when deciding who to choose alongside Tapu Koko, it had to be straight up all electric. I was going to be pulling Electro Energy, therefore any of my figures that are connected are going to get plus 10 damage. So Zapdos and Zapdos were essential. So glad I nearly fused my Zapdos into my other one, my other 101 into my 105 and 51 Steel Wing. Nearly fused them together but kept them, and those two are going to be just like the strong defenders in terms of when they're linked and when they're attacking. They're going to have huge attack. These guys will be able to take out a Deoxys with no chain. But I also wanted to be able to take Deoxys attack figures that have above 135 attack, because if I hit that, I'm going to be falling neutral, and I want it to have them covered. So I've pulled in Oricorio, Pom-Pom style. This guy adds +1 for every electric figure on the field, so not only your own but others as well, and so he can get my figures up to a huge amount. Zapdos can pull over 140, which for me is so exciting to use because it makes Zapdos even more powerful, and you know how much I love Zapdos. So in addition to that, I've added Jolteon because of that ability to pass through Paralyze. I think it will be sneaky, potentially effective, being that I've got a lot of Thunder Pokemon and some that Thunder Charge that can actually inflict it on people. That was my deck in combination. Tapu Koko. We had two Zapdos, one Oricorio, Pom-Pom style. We have Jolteon and we have Raikou in the deck. So Raikou's been killing it with those high attacks. So going into this, how do you set up? For me personally, you want to be playing this guy a lot like you do a Shuppet Vibrava trap deck. So you want to be setting up with 1, 2 MP, doesn't really matter, either side, something either side, because he can come straight onto the board and sit right in the middle. So you see there, pull my Zapdos into this space, waiting for him to move. Then I'm going to pull into my other Zapdos into the other space, and if he pulls Stealth Hit, Zapdos can obviously just soar over him and make sure the defense is fairly intact. But from this point, now is where I become really strong. You put the Tapu Koko in the middle of them, and they're going to get 100. They're going to get plus 30 on their attacks, which is brilliant. But also if I pull Electro Energy, they're also going to get plus 10 when connected with another figure. Just making this, the reason why I love this is because your ability of plus 30 on attacking forces opponents to push, because it means they can't risk being attacked with that plus 30. It's too much. You'll have odds if you do. Also in combination with Electro Energy, what that will do, it will add an added defense, in the fact that because it's a combination of they have to push, but if they push, they're also fighting figures that potentially have plus 10 when linked. I actually think in this first match I didn't actually have the Electro Energy card. I think it was after I thought, I need to get that plate in my deck, and so changed it. So we can see there, that's the classic Shuppet trap. Oricorio I really like. This figure actually is a defensive. He's got a big dodge and a nice big purple attack, 50 to cover him against like Muse, and I actually haven't upped his chain level yet, so I need to do that. And with that, I love the fact that when we can pull uncommons in, because it means we can play Carmenite and get them boosted up to 10 really quickly, nice and easy. So just going to show some highlights of some matches. So this match ended very nicely. We skipped to 15 minutes in. We can see that I pretty much had the game locked down, keeping them nice and covered. We had Jolteon making that run. We had Zapdos pulling 2 MP. And I think at this point I was just wanting to get that extra MP, get Tapu Koko to pull his Mela Wish, but it didn't happen. So, but I won the match. So going into the next match, I kind of set up very similarly, but I figured I didn't want to get a rush from him, being that he had the Mew, and so I just made sure the Jolteon had the position in the back. So Tapu Koko going in there in that middle position, also adding that added threat to him, because if he advances in the wrong way or leaves spaces open, I am one move away from being one move away from his goal. So he's got that, also that offensive defense that you want in your deck. Now I actually put Oricorio here against the Moltres because of that purple disc and dodge, and because if I put my Zapdos straight on there, he would have odds and probably just taken him out and made that push. So there we see Raikou's attack backfiring a little bit. We got the extra 30, but what it meant is that a Thunderous Blow right through all my figures. But I have Electro Energy, and if Electro Energy removes paralysis from all your figures, which is pretty nice. It saved me here. See me going to the end. Nice opportunity to pull it, and there we go, refresh. So Electro Energy is a must in your deck for that point, and also now everybody's got +10 in defense when connected. So later on in this game, we see me in a pretty advanced position. I get lucky and he hits Fly and has to go over me. Now, just cheekily, obviously, you want to be going for that Mela-Mela-Wish. Unfortunately, when somebody, if you're playing defense against this guy, by the way, as always, keep your goal blocked. If somebody is within 3 MP range but only has 2 MP or 1 MP, be wary of that at all times. Here I just pull it and it's not really effective. It doesn't make any difference. The game's mine anyway. But we see this is what happens. You'll be banished, and Zapdos gets the ability to pass through all figures unless anyone has Soar, which isn't an added ability, but gets that 3 MP. But you'll get that ability with, you know, Rayquaza. You get him. You get. This is where those type of figures are really dangerous, because you've got 3 MP plus Fly ability. So potentially in one move, they can make 3 steps, get the rest, and they can make 6 steps in one move potentially. So that's where it is really, really dangerous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You get within 1 from the goal, off your entry point. So really threatening. And later on, went to obviously win that match. The luck continued after that match of my great pulls yesterday with a free booster, unlocking 10 keys, and it's Shine Rainbow and a Sceptile. Boom! Finally an EX that I pulled from a booster that is actually really, really good and hot right now. Sceptile, mine's already 92.31, so I'm probably going to make it 93.31, maybe make it 31.32 just to against those Mews. I'll probably go for that. No, yeah, make the Leaf Blade stronger. But that was a pretty nice pull to get. So next up, we see the Spiritomb deck in action. All I did was subbed Oricorio for Spiritomb, and the idea here for me was to get whoever had the biggest white disc, which was Virizion, wait until he comes on the board, then pop my Pokemon Switch and get Spiritomb on the board. I think having a Pokemon Switch and getting him on the board and cursing somebody is almost a must when using Mela-Mela-Wish, because as you'll see in this instance here, it came off with perfect effect. This is how you want to be using. You pull that Pokemon Switch, swap it with one of your figures. I recommend swapping it with one of your figures near your goal, so that if it doesn't pull off, you don't you've got him covered, so he's on 0 MP and he's not somewhere ridiculous, not doing any defense and actually just putting you at a risk. And here I pulled it off. The Virizion gets a curse marker attached to him, and then it just got sweeter. So obviously I want to get Mela-Mela-Wish at this point, because now I can go 5-on-5. And here he pulls Typhoon Slash against Mela-Mela-Wish. Not wise. and now I can, you know, use it on Spritomb, and I've got a 3 MP Spritomb with the ability to pass over any Pokemon that doesn't know Soar. So next, what do I do? Pull Zapdos, of course, with the double. I don't have my plus 30 anymore, but pull Thunder Crash against Typhoon Slash, huge odds. And actually I didn't want that plus 30 in that matchup because I could get knocked out by Grass Knot. And then here we go, it's now 5 on 5, and this game is really in my grasp of winning because I have Spritomb at 3 MP, the ability to go around potentially cursing more opponents and taking them out. So here I am again in another deck, another match, playing against somebody who I really wanted to demonstrate in this match where Mellow Wish comes into effect without using a Spritomb, but I happen to have Spritomb in my deck because I was having a lot of fun playing with this. So here we see an advance on my Zapdos. Zapdos pulls 51 Steel Wing against Dimensional Slip. Doesn't spin again, and this gives me the opportunity to put Zapdos in a really threatening position. So here I am within 3 MP range if I pull off a Mellow Wish when being attacked. And what happened next? Of course, he pulls forward, he takes the attack, we're going for the Mellow, and we didn't hit the Mellow Wish. If I had have hit that Mellow Wish, I would have won. I would have sacrificed my Tapu Koko, and he'd have gone excluded. Zapdos would have had 3 MP, wouldn't have to wait, straight on onto the goal line. So be wary of that. That's what you want to be defending against if you're playing against him, and that's also what you want to be looking for if you are using him in attack and get him into a position where somebody might initiate that attack, pull off that Mellow Wish. I don't think we're going to see that happening very often. It's probably one of those lower odds thing. It's like your sheer cold with Suicune, where it's a really good if it pulls off, but it's not going to happen significantly enough in matches. Really, I think his strength comes in that plus 30 electric attack in advancing on people. And finally, we have a little bit of a treat. This was fun to watch. Hopefully you guys will enjoy this. This is how to use it. Water decks, beware. Now this guy pulls Pokemon Switch. Because obviously Zapdos vs Greninja, Zapdos has got odds, and technically it would be a really good idea. However, he's just switched his Magikarp onto the field, which means free reign. I am guaranteed, if he's got a full up to level 5, guaranteed to curse this Magikarp. So at this point, what a switch. You know, I'm thinking this game is mine, because not only have I cursed him, but I can now just go up and hit an attack, any attack against him, as long as it's higher than 30, because obviously he's got Manaphy's Song. We're waiting for the opportunity to take Magikarp out now. He advances with Greninja. With that pressure, it's not the right time to push on Magikarp. I could also just wait for him to attack me, but I figured he might get him in a defensive move where I might not be able to get him, and I want to get him out of the match quite quickly. So he then advances with Greninja into a fairly threatening position. Luckily he uses the double chance, because on his first spin I think I hit Thunder, but then he gets the dodge on the respin. So, but this creates a little bit of room for me to advance and get prepared him back for that, going forward for Magikarp. So I just put my Jolteon just to be safe, just play it safe, which was probably actually a really good move in hindsight. I also wanted to get Tapu Koko on because I believe I put him on next, get him into that nice position so he's got the potential to surround if Magikarp does advance. Oh yeah, I wanted to pull off the Mellow Wish here. I was trying to get it, and I thought, yeah, because if I pull it here, I've got a perfect setup for 5 on 5 with a 3 MP Spritomb after a banished Magikarp, and I don't hit it. I actually hit the other dodge, so don't get my Mellow Wish come true. So I thought, why waste a card? You know, I'll hit this guy. Oh my god, this guy was cursed. I had huge odds at taking him out, and he hits splash against my miss. Oh my god. So I lose the opportunity to curse him, and let's face it, lose the whole match, right? Wrong. Somehow I managed to keep 4 figures on the field without losing one and going into the PC, and then it gets pretty tight. I was thinking, you know, when this ice beam came in, I thought, okay, now this could be a problem because I'm going to have to. I've got 2 2MP figures either side. If one of them was 3, I'd be pretty much fine. Both of them were 3, I'd be game, set, and match. And here he advances, and I'm thinking, if he advances, my Spiritomb's stuck. He can't defend in that position. And then it comes down to this. Was this the right decision? Yeah, potentially if he hit Freezing Tail. But he hit Push Aside. And so miraculously, I won this match. Making my Spritomb deck, I think it was like I won 3, lost 1. Which means that all in all, the deck's got really good strengths in those higher ranks. So I definitely recommend using it. Make sure you've got 2 plates. Pokemon Switch, so you've got that ability obviously to bring him on the field in the first place and get that curse marker attached before you use Mellowish. And next up, you want to get Scoop Up, because when he does switch to 3MP, you can utilize that Scoop Up to get potentially attach another marker to somebody else, and at that point then you can potentially take it to 5 on 4, giving you a much bigger advantage. So have some fun with this, guys. If you've got it, it's really nice deck to play with. And it's not even one of those fun decks that's just fun. It has actually got strength and ability. For Tapu Koko, he's probably one of my favourite figures that's been introduced because of this guy. Zapdos being introduced with just, you know I love Zapdos. With 140 attack on occasions with Oricoro, that's probably the main deck I'm going to be using from now on. I think the Spritomb has, it's good, but it just is that risky factor, which I like a little bit more of a consistent deck. So that's all for this video. Hopefully you've enjoyed the highlights. Did a little bit something different, mixing up a lot of matches. I wanted to play a lot of matches and get some different things to show you guys of how to use him and how fun he can be in Index. So that's all for this video. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, hit that like button, hit subscribe to keep up to date with future information. That's all from me. See you soon.